Key, what do you need to see from your Lakers over the next 2 games?
Just really to get it done, clinch the 3rd spot, whether it's win tonight against Houston or win against Portland and then rest up. That's really it. You know, get into it. If they're going to play, whenever they play the 5, get out early, you know what I'm saying, get a nice lead cushion so they can go to the reserves, and then at that point see if the reserves can hold things together because I don't need to take any chances on anybody getting hurt, but we need to secure that 3rd seed. We just need to.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see anybody on the Rockets playing probably. They've already clinched the 2 seeds, so this will probably be a breeze for them. The Lakers will probably play low minutes, clinch the 3 seed, get some much-needed rest that you try to give for Luka and LeBron coming up because they have a week off because of the play-in tournament. So, you know, they've taken care of business. This is just one more step into just securing that 3rd seed. And that's all you need to see from them. They start preparing their minds for the playoffs and gearing up on who they're going to play. But it doesn't look good based on the seedings now, but I know we're going to get into that, Key.
You don't like their matchup if it ended right now?
I do not like their matchup
well,
right now.
Right now they would be playing the Warriors.
Ooh!
Which Paul doesn't feel very confident about.
Ooh,
we'll talk about
at
that later
home.
in the show.
Starting at home.
Well, they just need to win one to secure the 3 seed. I'm with you. I'd like for them to get the win against Houston. Houston's probably going to be resting since they've already clinched.
Yeah.
Get one, get out healthy. Don't worry about the last game of the season being a game that you have to play really hard. And, you know, they are what they are at this point. It's not like you're going to...
On top of all that, too, Joy, give Bronny his minutes.
Oh, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we're going to give him his minutes.
Let him go and play 30 the last game of the season.
Yeah, just go on and give him all his
if they
give him all
take
the
care of
minutes.
business
Right,
tonight.
right.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're actually playing for something in the last game of the season on Sunday against Portland. Get one, get out healthy, lock down the 3 spot, and then, you know, hopefully you avoid your nemesis in the first round.
That'll be rough.
There's a lot of movement that can still happen. I'd read you the scenarios, but it would take up the rest of the show with how many different ways all this can shake out between the play-ins, who's going to clinch the play-in spots, going into all the seeding over the next 2 games for the rest of the league. So they need to win one in order to clinch the 3 seed, and we would all prefer that they get that tonight against Houston. But if they don't, they have at the Blazers on Sunday for the rest of the Lakers season. But are the Lakers the team to beat in the West?
Man, I'm looking at this, Joy and Key, and I'm like, I don't see no clear-cut favorite, but I would not bet against the Lakers. Out of all the teams outside of, like, the Warriors, Nuggets, they got probably the most experience, championship experience over there because Luka just coming off a playoff finals run. We already know Bron have been to about 100 NBA finals. Other than that, the rest of these cats and the Warriors, they don't know what that looked like. So I'm not going to bet against it. I mean, the Lakers and the way they looked against OKC the first time at OKC a week ago, and then the second game that they were up 1 before Luka got ejected, Rockets not ready. Denver looked like they in turmoil. I would say the Lakers are. It's theirs for the taking.
But
The West. It really is. Barring any injuries, I don't see anybody taking out the Lakers in the West. And in saying that, when they do come off the West, if they do, it's going to be still Celtics in 4.
Damn stupid, man. Hey, look, when they got everybody on the floor, when I mean everybody, I'm talking about Reeves, LeBron, Rui, Luka. When you got the core group on the floor, they 9-5 since Luka arrived with them when they all been together.
That's not that good.
9-5 is pretty good.
It's okay.
It's pretty good. I'm gonna take that, considering
Okay.
Luka is new.
9-5.
Yeah, since Luka arrived.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With
they
all
haven't played a
everybody,
whole lot of games together.
I'm not confident.
I'm very confident. I'm very,
that's
very
that
confident
9-5?
because they're beating teams that are the playoff teams that are good teams within the Western Conference.
That's fair.
They're not smacking up on Sacramento with this. They beating the good teams. You just mentioned it, OKC.
Yeah.
So
I was impressed by that win.
you gotta tip your hat off. They beat Denver with them on the floor. You gotta just tip your hat off to it. But I'm not worried about it at all. I think when you look at these teams, like Paul was talking about, for some reason I'm spooked on the Clippers, and I never really get spooked about them. But it's just that I'm watching Kawhi and I'm watching James Harden and I'm seeing Ty Lue and B. Shaw coach them up, and they playing different basketball. It's almost like it feels different than it has in the past about where they are right now.
Now, we don't remember this.
No, I'm saying.
You don't get to do the gloating about the clipping.
They might clip still, though. I didn't remove that, Joy. I didn't remove that
You said all
though.
these nice things about the Clippers so that you can walk around
You got
LA.
to admit that the Clippers are playing good basketball right now.
They really
Of course
are.
they are.
They really are.
Kawhi is
And they
looking
got
like
guys
Kawhi.
that know how to play.
Yeah.
They got a coach that's won. They got coaches
Yeah, if
that have won
their
both as
team
players
name was
and
anything
coaches.
other than the Clippers, I might be worried about it. Because when you're going down and looking at the teams that you mentioned that have championship experience, the Clippers do have championship experience.
Well, one guy, Kawhi.
Yes.
No, they got coaches, though.
Yeah. I mean, Ty Lue is a championship coach,
Yeah.
championship player. But Kawhi is the only one that's really been to the finals a couple times. Nobody else knows
No, I
what that
understand.
looks like.
No, that part is true, but I put some value into Ty Lue and B. Shaw coaching them because, as you mentioned, they both been players and won a lot of championships, and they both been coaches and won a lot of championships. So I put that. They just scare me a little bit.
I don't know who the team to beat in the West is. The West is so wide open to me. It's a strange situation because I feel like a week or 2 weeks ago was completely different. We had so much more confidence, and the confidence meter was sort of moving around from team to team. I mean, the Thunder are the team that we should have the most confidence in because they've been the most consistent throughout the season. SGA is probably going to be the MVP. He's had an unbelievable season. But their youth, I think, makes everybody very nervous.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, they won the West last year, had the #1 seed, and you know what happened, the experience showed. And I'm wondering, could this happen again? Because I'm looking at them like if SGA doesn't perform at a high level or you figure out, because like when the playoffs start, they're going to find some defensive schemes to make him down. To slow him down. And I'm wondering if you know, Jalen Williams, you know, is going to step up because we saw what he did last year in the playoffs. He didn't really step up like he did in the regular season. Is he going to take that next step? Chet Holmgren, is he going to take that next step? There's so many question marks with those guys on the
overly
Thunder.
aggressive like he was in the playoffs.
There's just too many questions where I don't have these question marks about the Lakers and if Luka's going to show up and LeBron, or if Steph and Jimmy Butler are going to. I don't have those questions, but I do with the teams at the top, like the Thunder and the Rockets.
It's really interesting how all of this is broken down. And, I mean, the Nuggets were, to me, the scariest team until the Mike Malone situation.
Yeah,
but the Timberwolves and Grizzlies were in action last night. Anthony Edwards went off for 44 points as Minnesota got the 141-125 win. The Timberwolves are only the 8th seed, but they can still play themselves out of the play-in, and they were just in the Western Conference Finals last year. So have the Timberwolves been overlooked in the West, Paul?
I don't think they've been overlooked. I think what I do think about the Timberwolves, they are the biggest wild card. Because when you got an explosive player like this kid, Anthony Edwards, who could put a team on his back, and it seems like they're playing their best basketball right now at the end of the season, which is scary because this is a team that made a run in the playoffs a year ago and got to the Western Conference Finals. Man, this playoffs in the West, because I'm looking at the top all the way to the 8th seed. If it remains how it is right now, 1 through 8, the Timberwolves could knock off the Thunder in the first round because they actually been deep in the playoffs. And so I'm not overlooking them, but they just lost. Like, you losing Karl Towns was a big piece. And you know, we see what he's doing, putting up great numbers over New York. I just don't know if they bring that same defensive tenacity they did that got them to the conference finals. But I'm not overlooking them, but I wouldn't be shocked if they lost in the first round or they got to the conference finals.
Yeah, I don't think they're being overlooked. I think their record has some people kind of, you know, looking at it and saying that they're not capable of advancing deep, making a deep run in the playoffs. But I don't think they're being overlooked because, like Paul said, they are playing better basketball right now. Yeah, they do miscall Anthony Towns to a degree, but if Ant-Man could continue to play like he's been playing, and he's shown us that he can carry a team in the playoffs.
Julius Randle looked good.
So, and if he can stay healthy, Julius Randle can stay healthy, then you might have an opportunity to see them get out of the first round.
It's a lot of ifs and mights and buts.
Well, yeah, of course.
So that's why I don't think that they're being overlooked. They're not exactly the same team. They're not the same team personnel-wise as they were last year. And I really believe that everybody in the West is where they're supposed to be right now. I don't think that anybody's record is not reflective of what they've done throughout the season or what they're potentially capable of doing. If they found their way out of the play-in, that wouldn't be surprising. And if they found their way in the Western Conference Finals, it might be a little bit surprising, but they did do it last year as well. So they're a wild card. They're not a team that's being overlooked.
Right.
I think they're right where they're supposed to be.
Little Joker. Little Joker like his face.
Yes. Everyone's done what they're going to do at this point. Oh, my God. Don't get him on it, please. All right, he already doesn't eat fried chicken.
Oh, Joy, you going there?
He can't afford anymore. He walks around this place in flip-flops. Can't afford anymore.
Hey, man, come on now.
It's
Walk
Friday.
around in flip-flops.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.